You know, it's always something. You start on fixing a certain project, a certain task, a certain item that needs to be changed or fixed, like on my car, excuse me, my Suburban. Started off as fixing the oil pressure sensor, replacing the screen underneath it because it was clogged, giving me no oil pressure to the motor, which is a common problem with some of these General Motors vehicles. It just evolves into more things to do, more things to fix. You know, put my hands on something, I like to clean it, I like to fix it. Instead of handling something that could be cleaned, that could be fixed, that could benefit from repairs or restoration at that time versus putting it back in and to have to deal with it later. So this is how it goes on my my radar scope of my cars and things that I work on. So let me get right into it right now. Here we go. So here's my Suburban. It's an LTZ. It's a loaded car, loaded truck. It's a very nice vehicle. I really enjoy this truck. It rides really well. I'm going to keep this and just buy a new 3/4 ton truck probably next year, early next year, late this year. But right there, center mass of the screen is the oil pressure sending unit. Underneath it, in that little tower underneath, right there, is the screen. Now the screen got clogged. I pulled the screen out and it was completely full of junk, little small debris. And I'm thinking, how and where is this debris coming from? Very curious. So I, pulled the intake manifold off, of course. I pulled this valley pan off, thinking the knock sensors were in here like they were on my Avalanche. The Avalanche, they were here. This one has the MDS. So I pulled that off and I could see all the solenoids underneath it that control the oil flow to the cylinders, for cylinder deactivation, which sucks. I don't like this system. I wish I could deactivate it, but I don't know how. I don't have the computer stuff to do that. So in doing so, I've discovered that there's a big problem with the intake manifold gaskets on these vehicles. So did some research and found out that Felpro makes a very nice replacement gasket out of rubber with a very heavy metal base, like I'm showing you right here, that connects on top of the cylinder head bolts. Okay, they don't have to remove the bolts. You just have to clip the intake manifold gasket on top. So got this all cleaned up, prepped up, vacuumed all the debris out of here, dug inside around each intake cathedral port, dug around, pulled out all the goo and junk, or at least most of it, from chemical additives that go into your fuel, things like that. It was really gross, some of the stuff that's in those intakes. But the motor's got 187,000 miles on it, so this is expected. Little things like this, I got to change that. The idler adjustment pulley. This bearing is still okay, but let me get into the intake manifolds because, also, this is the throttle body, what is that called? The throttle body not injector. This is the throttle body. Yeah, just plain throttle body. This is straight lifted from Porsche. This design right here is straight Porsche 928. I don't know, General Motors might have had this before, but you disassembled that the same way. And by the way, I did clean that. That was filthy. But let me get into this. As you know, I do a lot of these manifolds for various Porsche people all over the country and world even. So I'm here on the Chevrolet intake manifold, the Suburban one. And digging around in here, and I find debris. Just little chunks of, not chunks, that's a pretty bold word, but just little flakes of things, just trash. The things, it's 10 years old now, so I don't think this manifold's ever been off. You can see stuff down in there, and it's all oily. I went down in there with the, you can see it's all oily in there. So I'm thinking, well, you know, I can't, of course, blast this. This is not a blastable, it's plastic. So new ones are 250 bucks. New ones probably won't fit like the old ones, so I'm going to clean it. Put this Zep degreaser, and I use this same stuff on the pistons. It's concentrated, so I'm diluting it with some hot water. Yeah, it's pretty hot. And I'm going to clean it. Took all the sensors off it. All the fuel injectors are out. They're right there. So it's just very strange how things evolve. Projects just get bigger, and it's kind of annoying because I do need the truck. Like yesterday, I need the truck because I got to go deliver a Land Rover and take stuff to powder coat and pick up powder coat. So a lot of stuff to do, but it's that debating line, you know, is it cheaper to fix an older vehicle or just buy a new one and have a monthly payment that's insanely expensive? I don't know. I'm tending to think the latter, or the prior. Fix the old stuff. So anyways, let me get going. Just sharing that little snapshot of projects, how they evolve. And if you, I'm finding, you know, everybody has their own ways, but I'm finding if you fix things correctly, you know, for example, the intake manifold kit, gasket kit, came with fuel injector rubber O-rings. Most shops would never change them. They just put the intake manifold gasket on and call it a day. But these are old O-rings. These O-rings, these suckers are 10 years old. Why not change them? You know? Change those bad boys. They may not be leaking, but they might leak next week. And then you have a problem. So, I don't know. Little things like that, it slows me up, but I think it pays off in the long run, getting everything done correctly. So anyways, I gotta go. Snapshot video of what I'm doing right now. See ya. Bye-bye. And there we go. Okay, friends, I'm back near the end of the day, and I was able to make a lot of progress today. The one exhaust manifold bolt was broken. The cap was broken off it. No surprise there. So I got another one. Cleaned up these threads. Ran a die down them. M8 by 1.25. Cleaned them up. Gonna put some red thread locker on it. Tomorrow morning, the intake manifold is nice and clean. Went down every one of these runners with a long toothbrush. Went through the front there. Cleaned that out. A lot of grease and a lot of grime came out of it, so it's relatively clean. Knock sensors, I got one on. I got to put the other one on tomorrow. Just preventive maintenance right there. Put another one on, or put them on, so there's no issues or no problems. And on the injector rail, put the new O-rings on it. And will it focus? Probably not. Yeah. Doesn't want to focus. Oh well. No biggie. Right there it focused. New O-rings. So hopefully finish this truck up tomorrow because I need it back. If I don't get it back, I'll rent, or if I don't finish it tomorrow, I will rent a Lowe's 3/4 ton brand new Chevy 20, maybe it's a 3500 flatbed, brand new ones. I'll probably rent one for half a day. Do all my errands, picking up, drop off, and deliver stuff. So I'll get a good deal there at Lowe's. So anyways, tschüss. Bye-bye.